welcome back to another great math lesson. Today our title for the math lesson is Skip Counting with Coins. And not only are we going to skip count with coins, but we're also going to add dollars to our lesson. So we quickly look at the top here. Let's just quickly review what we've already learned in the prior lessons. So we have our dollar bill, which is written with the dollar sign, or we can think of the value of it. It's worth 100 cents. We have our half dollar, which is worth 50 cents. So if you have two of these, you have $1 or 100 cents, which is equivalent to $1. We have the quarter, which right here we see it says $quarter, but like I told you, we refer to it as the quarter, and it's worth 25 cents. And if you have 4 of those, that's equivalent to $1. We have our dime, which is worth 10 cents. If you have 10 of these, that is equivalent to $1. And then we have our nickel, which is worth 5 cents. If you have 20 of these, then you have the equivalence of $1. And then we have our penny. Our penny is worth 1 cent. And if you collect 100 of these, you have the equivalence of $1. So that's what we've already learned about. And today we're going to add a new bill to our collection. So we have good old $5 bill. Yes, I think it's better loved than or more loved than the dollar bill. A $5 bill is equivalent to 5 $1 bills. And if we see it, we see the picture of Abraham Lincoln. At the back, on the back, we see the Lincoln Memorial. And in each corner, front and back, we see the value. So this is worth $5. So let's go ahead and put it up there so that we could refer back to it. And if we were to write it, this is what we would write. $5. A dollar sign, a 5, a decimal point, and 2 zeros. And it is equivalent to 500 cents. So I went ahead and wrote that up there, even though we never refer to it as 500 cents because it's not 500 cents. It's equal to it, but it is a $5 bill. So that is what we're going to work with today as we get through our wonderful lesson. So let's look at our objective. So our objective states that students will skip count to determine the value of a group of dollars and coins. So this lesson is pretty much going to go like the other ones we've already done, except we are now adding dollars to the mix. Okay, so let's look at the first one. So if I look for dollar bills, how many do you see? I see 1. So I think at the bottom, I'm going to write $1. Just so I keep track of how many dollar bills I have. And then I could go back to adding the coins, just like we did in the past. And if you remember, when we add the coins, we start with the ones that have the greatest value. So first of all, how many coins do we have there? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to make 7 lines so that I could begin putting them in their order from greatest value to least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I'm going to look at them. I see a dime, a quarter, a nickel, a quarter, a nickel, and a penny. So I think that I should write the quarters first because they have the greatest value. Do you agree, boys and girls? Yep, quarters. 1, 2. And then I'm going to move on to the coin that has the next greatest value. And that would be the dime. I only see 1. So I write 10 cents only once. And then I see 3 nickels. So that is what I'll write next. And I'll put the little check mark so that I know that I've already wrote them in our order. And I have one left, and that is the penny. 1 cent. Okay, so I've already put them all in order from greatest to least value, and I'm ready to begin adding them up. So if I have 2 quarters, I have 50 cents. You got it. And now the next coin that I'm going to add is a dime. So what should I skip count by if I'm adding a dime? Ask yourself, what should you skip count by? You should skip count by tens. So 50, and if I add 10, I have 60 cents. And now I look at my next 3 coins, and they are nickels. So I will not be skip counting by tens anymore. I will begin skip counting by fives. So 60 plus 5 is 65. And another nickel would be 70 cents plus another nickel, 75 cents. And don't forget about our penny, 75 plus 1, 76 cents. So I have 76 cents, but don't forget, boys and girls, that I have to add that to my dollar. So when I write it, I write $1, 76 cents. So I use the decimal point to separate the dollars from the cents. But notice, boys and girls, I only use one symbol, and that would be the dollar sign, because I have dollars, so I use the dollar sign. It's appropriate to use the dollar sign. Even though when we say it, we say $1.76, we do not add this symbol anymore. We only use one symbol. And for this problem, we would use the dollar sign. So $1.76. Got it? I hope you do. Not too hard. It's pretty easy. So let's move on to the next one. Now I'm going to move the chart just so it's easier for me to see, and I don't have to keep bending down. Okay. Let's hope that stays. Okay, so our next problem. Ooh, I see lots of money there. Let's look at our dollar bills. How many do you see? Count. $1, $2. So we have $2. Once again, I'm going to write it right here on the bottom, so I don't forget that I also am adding dollar bills and not just coins. And now I'm going to go and count. How many coins do I have? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, that's a lot. I'm going to go back and make sure that I didn't make a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 coins. So that means I'm going to make 12 lines. Okay. So there are my 12 lines, and now I'm ready to put them in order. So if I look at all my coins, I see I have 10 cents, which is a dime, a nickel, a dime, a penny, a nickel, 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 dime, penny, penny, penny. No half dollars or no quarters. So that means I look to see which one has the greatest value in this bunch, and that would be the dime. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4 dimes. So I'm going to write 10 cents over 4 times. Let me write that. Oops. 4 times. Sorry about that, boys and girls. And I'm going to put a little check just so I don't get confused, and I know that I already added them to our list here. And the next coin that I'm looking at is the nickel, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 nickels. So that is what I will write. 2, 3, 4. And I have 4 coins left, and those 4 coins are pennies. So that is what I write next. 1 cent, 1 cent, 1 cent, and 1 cent. Don't forget to put a little check so that you know you've already added all of them to your ordered list of coins. Okay, so that's it. So we're ready to start adding them up. Now, I see 4 dimes, so what would it be appropriate to skip count by? Should I skip count by 25s, by 10s, by 5s? By 10s, of course. So 10 plus 10 is 20 cents. Plus another 10 cents, 30 cents. Plus another 10 cents, 40 cents. So with these 4 dimes, I have 40 cents. And now I see that I have 4 nickels. So no longer am I skip counting by 10s. I am skip counting by 5s. Yes. So 40 cents plus 5 cents is 45 cents. Plus another 5 cents, 50 cents. Plus another 5 cents, 55 cents. Plus another 5 cents, 60 cents. So with my dimes and my nickels, I have 60 cents, but I'm not done. I still have 4 pennies to add. So no longer am I skip counting by 5s, but I'm going back to counting by 1s. So 60 plus 1, 61 cents. Plus 1 more penny, 62 cents. Plus 1 more penny, 63 cents. And 1 final penny, 64 cents. So I have my $2 that I'm going to add to my 64 cents. Now, remember, when we add dollars and cents, we use the dollar sign. So I have $2 plus 64 cents. If you remember, I said that we only use one symbol. And because we're adding dollars to our mix, we use the dollar sign. We use the decimal point to separate the dollars from the cents. And the way we say this is $2.64. So I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, we're going to move on to our last problem up here. And I want you to pay extra close attention to this one because this is the one that you're going to be adding up in your notebook. So just like we've done in the past, we'll look at it together. We'll put them in order together. But it's going to be your job to go back into your notebook and complete the problem. So I see some coins and I see some dollar bills. Okay, we always add our dollar bills first. So we have a $5 bill and a $1 bill. So what's 5 plus 1? $6. You are right. So let's write $6. And now I can go ahead and start adding up my coins. So let me see how many coins I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coins. So I'm going to make 7 lines. Okay. Now look at them closely. I have a quarter, a nickel, a dime, and 1, 2, 3 pennies. So what should I put in order first from the value? I should put the quarters. So 25 cents, 25 cents, 2 of them. And I notice that I only have 1 dime. So I write 10 cents up there. And I notice that I only have 1 nickel. So I write 5 cents up here once. And I have 1, 2, 3 pennies. So I write 1 cent up here 3 times. So let's look at that together before I assign you your work. So we added our bills. We had a $5 bill and a $1 bill. And together that gave us 5 plus 1. gave us a 6. So we have $6. And then we went and ordered our coins by value. We had 2 quarters, 1 dime, 1 nickel, and 3 pennies. So your job is to go ahead and copy this just the way I did it, but I want you to finish the problem. Finish finding out how many or the value of the coins and add the value of the coins to your dollars. So if you remember, I told you that you're supposed to have a notebook on hand. So open up to the first page of your notebook that is blank. You're going to write, oh, this notebook has lots of work in it already. You're going to write today's date. You're going to write math problem, and it probably would be a good idea to write the name of the lesson. That way you don't start getting confused because there's quite a bit of lesson. So if you remember, I told you that it was titled Skip Counting with Coins. So you can put today's date in your journal, skip counting with coins, and then you will go and figure out the problem. Go ahead and finish solving it. I suggest that you copy it the way I've begun the problem, the way I drew it and the way I started it, and then finish it, whichever method you know how to do, whichever one you're comfortable with. And let's go back and look at our objective and see if we were able to do what we said we were going to do. We said that students will skip count to determine the value of a group of dollars and coins. So did we do that? Did we do skip counting? Sure we did. We skip counted by 25s, we skip counted by 10s, we skip counted by 5s, and then of course we counted by 1s. We added dollar bills to our mix, so I think that we did a good job. If you were able to follow along with this lesson and you understood it, then give yourself a thumbs up and a pat on the back. You did a good job. So don't forget, get your work done in your journal, and next time we meet, we'll talk about it. I hope you enjoyed this math lesson, and there's more to come. Bye.